So Charlie Kirk had been dead for barely even a couple of hours before Donald Trump started posting about it on Truth Social, and before he released an obviously pre-recorded and poorly edited video from the Oval Office. And of course, in his video message, he behaved exactly as we have come to expect this despicable scumbag to behave. Before we knew, and we still don't know any of the facts, we don't know who did this, and we don't know why. Before we know anything, Donald Trump gets on national TV from the Oval Office and blames his political opponents, blames the left. He said, and he is going to use this as an excuse to go after everyone who he says contributed to the murder of Charlie Kirk, as well as, quote, the organizations that fund and support it. We know nothing, and he's already pinning this on people on the left who contribute to it, who fund and support it. This is sick. If this was in fact some leftist, then this is almost certainly, as so many other of these political shootings have been, some deranged, probably mentally ill, social outcast nutcase, more than likely. Again, we don't know. At most, if this was, as they say, people on the left, then it was either some lone nutcase or maybe a few of them. But to implicate all of your political opponents, to put this on all Democrats, everyone on the left, political organizations who funded this. You think there are organizations who funded this? What a sick piece of shit. You know, he's not just some rando shit poster on Twitter. He is President of the United States. And at a time like this, to go out in a nationally televised Oval Office address and start blaming your political opponents before any facts are known, and even when the facts come out, this is not going to be the left or the Democrats. What do you think, the Democratic Party, the Democratic Party conspired to do this, or some Democratic affiliated organization conspired to? This is insane. And to hear the same kind of shit on Fox News was disgusting. People like Jesse Waters saying that the left is at war with us, and what are we going to do about it? Just inviting more political violence, encouraging it. They're at war with us. What are we going to do? What is that intended to do? What is that statement intended to do? That's not thoughtful commentary or analysis or reporting. That's a call to violence. And you'll hear people say, well, people on left-wing channels are every bit as nasty. No, I'm sorry. I was scanning the channels. Nobody on CNN or MSNBC, not that CNN is a left-wing channel, I don't know what the fuck CNN is anymore, but nobody on either of those networks was celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk or anything like that. One guy on MSNBC, Matthew Dowd, made some comments that weren't even anywhere close to as reprehensible as comment after comment from person after person I saw on Fox News. Not anywhere in the same friggin' galaxy. And yet MSNBC fired him immediately. for comments that weren't anywhere close to the kind of despicable shit I heard on Fox News. Why is it assumed that if this was politically motivated, that it had to be somebody on the left? It could just as easily have been someone on the radical, crazy-ass right. Because there is a civil war brewing on the MAGA right. I've talked about this before. And it's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse as these various factions of lunatics inside the MAGA base compete for dominance as their orange god king leaves the scene. You know, he's been the only thing that unites these lunatics. Once he's gone, these factions are they're gonna go out, they're gonna be in all-out war with one another. And it's already starting to bubble up. And Charlie Kirk wasn't universally loved on the right. In fact, Laura Loomer, just recently in the last few days, very publicly attacked Charlie Kirk and accused him of betraying Donald Trump. Accused him of betraying the cult leader. Because Charlie Kirk has been calling for the release of the Epstein files. And Laura Loomer says that that's a betrayal of the cult leader. It's not a joke when we say that these people are a cult. This is a cult on the MAGA right. And that could just as easily have spurred some lunatic Trump cultist to do this. I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm just saying it shouldn't automatically be assumed that because Charlie Kirk is on the right that this had to be some leftist. Maybe it was, but we shouldn't make that assumption. You know, I did hear one person on Fox News try to actually think about the thing, and it was Greg Gutfeld of all people. And he said, I'm not even, I don't know what it is. I don't know who did this, what might be behind it. But I wonder if it really was the left. Because this certainly doesn't help them. So I don't know if it was them. I mean, isn't that kind of common sense? I mean, yeah, it could be some deranged left-wing lunatic who did this on his own. This wasn't some organized effort on the left, broadly speaking, to murder this guy. It makes no sense that would happen. How is this helping the left's position in any way? It's ridiculous. So at least I heard that from Greg Gutfeld. But the shit that I heard, you know who does benefit from this? And I'm not saying he did it. Donald Trump benefits from this. I mean, how the hell did this benefit the left? But it sure as hell benefits Donald Trump. And you know it benefits Donald Trump because he could not wait to start exploiting it. He saw the political opportunity, the political benefit to himself, so he couldn't get up on Truth Social fast enough to start using this for his political benefit. He couldn't put out that doctored video from the Oval Office fast enough to start exploiting this and to further divide people and to take the attention off of Jeffrey Epstein. I'm not saying Donald Trump had anything to do with this, but he sure as hell sees the benefit to him in exploiting this. The news was pretty bad for him up until this. His desperate attempt to cover up his involvement with Jeffrey Epstein was failing. His sicko little perverted letter to his best buddy Jeffrey Epstein for his 50th birthday, that had just been turned over to Congress. He's been desperate to distract from that, and he saw his opportunity, and he ran with it. What a sick. Donald Trump is exactly the wrong person at the wrong time to be president of the United States. He is one of the worst examples of humanity that exist. And you put a piece of shit like that in the White House, especially at a time like this, things aren't going to go well.